Rostam and Soharb. A long time ago, in the land of Persia, there was a great warrior named Rostam. He was very strong and brave. No one could defeat him in battle. His horse, Raksh, was also strong and fast. Together, they won many battles. Everyone in Persia knew and respected Rostam. He was not just a fighter, but also a protector of the land. The people admired him, and even the king trusted him to keep the kingdom safe. Rostam's journey to Samangan. One day while traveling, Rostam became very tired. He had been riding for many hours under the hot sun. He stopped to rest and tied his horse to a tree. He fell asleep near a cool spring. The sound of the water was calming, and soon he was in a deep sleep. While he was sleeping, some thieves saw his beautiful horse, Raksh. They knew it was a special horse and decided to steal it. They quietly untied the rope and led Raksh away. When Rostam woke up and saw that Raksh was gone, he was very angry. He could not believe that someone had taken his horse. He followed the horse's footprints and reached a city called Samangan. The king of Samangan welcomed Rostam and promised to find his horse. That night, the king's daughter Tamane came to see Rostam. She had heard many stories about him and wanted to meet him. She said, "You are a great warrior. I want to have a strong son like you." Rostam liked Tamane. She was kind and wise. They spent the night together talking and laughing. The next morning, his horse was returned and he had to leave. Before he left, Tamane made him promise that if she had a child, she would raise the child in secret and not tell anyone who his father was. Sohrab's childhood and strength. After some time, Tamane gave birth to a baby boy. She named him Soharb. He grew very fast and became big and strong. By the time he was a young man, he was stronger than most warriors. People in the kingdom were amazed by his strength. Even as a child, he could lift heavy stones that grown men could not move. Sohrab always asked his mother, "Who is my father? Why do I not know him?" But Tamane never told him the truth. She was afraid that if Sohrab found out, he would go looking for Rostam and get into danger. One day, Sohrab's advisors told him, "The greatest warrior in Persia is a man named Rostam. If you want to rule Persia, you must defeat him." Sohrab, not knowing the truth, decided to fight Rostam and take over Persia. He believed he was strong enough to win any battle. He wanted to be a great king and lead his people to victory. Sohrab's army and the march to Persia. Sohrab gathered a big army. He trained his soldiers well. He was sure he could win. As his army moved toward Persia, the Persian king, Kavus, heard about Sohrab and became afraid. He asked Rostam for help. "A strong warrior is coming to fight us," the king said. "You must stop him." Rostam agreed to fight. He did not know that his enemy was his own son. He prepared for battle, sharpening his sword and putting on his armor. He did not know that this battle would change his life forever. The battle between father and son. Rostam and Sohrab met on the battlefield. The sun was shining brightly, and the soldiers watched as the two great warriors faced each other. Sohrab was young and full of energy. Rostam was older and more experienced. They looked at each other, ready to fight. The battle began. Their swords clashed. The sound of metal hitting metal filled the air. They fought fiercely. Sohrab was very strong, and Rostam was surprised. "Who is this young warrior?" Rostam thought. "He fights like a lion." They fought for a long time, but no one could win. Sohrab knocked Rostam down, but Rostam got up again. Finally, Rostam used all his strength and stabbed Sohrab in the chest. The young warrior fell to the ground. The sad truth: Sohrab lay on the ground, breathing heavily. He looked up at Rostam and said, "If my father were here, he would save me." Rostam's heart started beating fast. "Who is your father?" he asked. "My mother told me that my father is the greatest warrior in Persia," Sohrab said weakly. "His name is Rostam." Rostam's face turned white. He felt dizzy. "I am Rostam," he said. "I am your father." Sohrab's eyes filled with tears. "Then why did you not know me? Why did we fight?" Rostam felt deep sorrow. He could not believe what had happened. He ran to find a healer, but it was too late. Sohrab's eyes closed, and he took his last breath. He died in his father's arms. Mourning and regret. The whole kingdom was sad. The soldiers who had watched the battle stood in silence. Rostam had won the battle, but he lost his son. He felt pain in his heart forever. He knew that fate had played a cruel trick on them. He cried for his son and wished he could change what had happened. The story of Rostam and Sohrab became one of the saddest tales in Persia. It is a story of bravery, destiny, and sorrow. It teaches that sometimes, no matter what we do, we cannot change fate. And so, the name of Sohrab, the brave young warrior who never knew his father until it was too late, is remembered in this tragic story. His name lives on in history, and people still tell his story, feeling the sadness of a father and son who met as enemies instead of family.